Hello friends, welcome to my channel Creating Essence. I am Megan and I'm so glad you're here today. Today I'm sharing with you our plans for our kindergartners curriculum for the 2018-2019 school year. My fourth child, Aaron, is going into kindergarten. We do a very loose preschool. I will post an iCard to the video on our preschool plans for him, and a link in the info box below if you are interested in how we do preschool. We are now going into kindergarten. Kindergarten is similarly very loose. We follow a curriculum a little bit, but I really use him as my guide. If he's not interested, we just dot the I's, cross the T's for the day for basic work on developmental things, and then we move on. If he wants to do more, if he's really interested in something, great, we dig in. Today I am sharing with you the curriculum that we will be using as our guide in starting his more formal learning process. For math, we will be using Abeka Number Skills K5. Now, I started with Abeka back when we started homeschooling 8 years ago. I was to the letter of the law and very much a slave to that curriculum. Now I am definitely not anymore. I don't do the teacher's guides or the scripts or anything. I just open it up, we look at what's on the page, and I'm smart enough I can figure out what he's supposed to be learning there. And we go with it. And we just have fun. We don't do all the extra flashcards or different work that Abeka requires. We just use this as a guide to get started because I feel like Abeka does a good job giving a foundation for fundamental skills that has nothing to do with Common Core. It's just really solid foundation for education. For language arts, we are doing also Abeka Letters and Sounds K5. Once again, we don't have any kind of guide. I know there's a lot of extra work. I know because I've been in the Abeka circle for, like I said, 8 years now. I actually left the online Abeka forums because I was constantly told, you are robbing your child of a proper education by not having those curriculum guides because there's so much extra work in those books. Well, here's the deal. I don't care. We do just fine without it. In fact, we do great without it. So, I don't really care if there's more work we're missing. We go by what's in this book. We read lots of extra fun books besides, and it works great for us. Now for science and history, we are also doing the Abeka books. But, like I said in past videos, Abeka just does a really basic gloss of things. It barely touches key concepts for social studies and the world around you. And we switched from Abeka once we got to older grades because I found it highly inadequate. And there was a profound switch from just barely touching the gloss of something to suddenly they want you to read 8 pages a day, memorize facts, dates, timelines. And it was so dry. For K5, I do like it because it gives us somewhere to start from and just pique his knowledge into other things and give us a place to run from. For example, it starts saying, God made the world. God made me, I'm part of the world, I'm part of God's plan. Great. That gives us some place to start. And then it talks about the parts of the body, eyes, and then your nose, your tongue, and the different things you can taste. Now that's all it says. It says, I can taste this. And I know because I have had the curriculum guides that it doesn't get deeper than that. But thankfully, we have some awesome books that are age appropriate there, like How Do I See from Usborne Books and More, which is fantastic for early elementary, talking about actually how the body sees, how the body tastes, how your ears work, and how you hear on a very age-appropriate basis. So we supplement a lot, but for science and history, we are going to use the Abeka text to start there. We are also going to start with formal penmanship this year. Now, Rebecca likes to start with cursive. I don't. I understand their reasoning and I disagree with it as a longtime educator and now going into my 9th year of homeschooling. I just don't agree that cursive is developmentally appropriate first. A daily manuscript page, learning how to write each letter in that way. And lastly, we have reading. I have kept most of my books from my older kids as far as Rebecca, if they're not written texts. And this year we replaced the reading booklets because while I do still have them, they're mostly missing covers and a hot mess. So this lucky little guy got new little paper pamphlets. I also still have the handbook from reading that I bought my daughter 8 years ago now, and it's still in great shape. They've redone it, so it has a new cover now, but each day we go through the alphabet and what sound each letter makes, and then we work through the short vowel sounds, sounding those out. And then we'll go through A and sound out those words in the handbook. And then we work through the actual little reading pamphlets. And that is it for our plans for K5 for our 4th child, Aaron, this year. And this is Aaron. What are you most excited about for kindergarten this year?
My math.
Ooh, math. What about math are you excited about?
I don't know, the first thing.
The first thing?
Yeah, it's gonna be easy.
It's gonna be easy. I think most of the year will be pretty easy for him as far as math because he already knows most of the concepts just because he's a really inquisitive guy. But it'll be fun to see how he does with the formal education this year. I think that's all for today, buddy. Thank you so much for sticking around, friends. If you like this video, what should they do?
Give it a thumbs up.
Give it a thumbs up. Don't pick your nose on camera.
I was scratching myself.
Sure you
not
were.
my nose.
Oh, that's good. And subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Bye-bye, friends.
Bye-bye, friends.